Hey everybody, my name is Greg and I'm missing gluten. I've had this idea for a channel for a while and it's been a long time coming, me actually sitting down and getting started. So I just wanted to create like a short little intro video just to explain who I am and why I decided to create the channel. I don't know if anybody or how many people will watch it, but you got to start somewhere, right? So I actually have another YouTube channel I started like a decade ago, and I never took it real serious, but I like to make videos. I worked with kids when I was younger, making videos, video games, stuff like that. And I had a channel that was kind of focused on video games and technology. And as I've gotten older and work has overtaken my life in a bad way, I really just kind of fell off doing that. And it's not that I didn't enjoy it anymore, but I just didn't really. I don't have a lot of time to play video games, to play with different different tech toys. Um, and I started to get this idea that I wanted to make this channel because I was running into some health and autoimmune things that I'll get to in a second. And like I still enjoyed making the videos and it's like a hobby, even though I never even though I don't like really have a goal of making some big channel or anything like that. It's just a hobby of mine to make videos, talk about stuff I want to talk about, and just go through the process. And it's something to do besides like, I don't know, just staring at and watching other people's YouTube videos. But I've had a hard time getting started again because of work, and so let's just do it. So about a decade ago, maybe a little longer, I started having pains and aches all over. And eventually, long story super short, I found out that I had arthritis, and I'm not sure if it's rheumatoid or psoriatic. I think if you look at my face, it might be psoriatic arthritis. And when I got diagnosed with that, my rheumatologist sent me for a celiac test because he was like, autoimmune conditions come with friends. So I want to test you for celiac because yada yada, you have one, you might have the other. And I did. And this is like over a decade ago. I have some cousins, shout out to my cousins, who kind of deal with the same, not the arthritis issue, but the gluten issue. And over like the last decade or so, they've asked me like, was I following eating gluten free? Was I doing this, that? And for the large part, I have not. And it's like a struggle for me because I understand that um, I'm I can't eat it, but also uh, bread, pizza, cake, beer. Like there's so many things, pasta, so many things that are not gluten free, and or the gluten-free alternatives suck or are more expensive. Over the last decade, I pretty much ignored the fact that I had celiac and ate, drank whatever I wanted. And for a while, it was fine. Like I was like, people say I'm not supposed to eat gluten, but I don't really tell that there's anything wrong. And then what I did a couple of years ago is I was trying to like take better care of myself, and for maybe 6 months, I think straight, I was able to do gluten free and like really stick to it. And I was like, it was like good and bad. It was good because I started to feel a lot better. Even some of the things that I had kind of attributed to my arthritis, like skin issues or aches and pains, started to clear up a lot and feel a lot better when I wasn't eating any any gluten. But also, like, you have this love-hate relationship where it's like I can't eat this or drink this or depending on how seriously you want to take it, even touch certain things for the rest of my life if I want to feel good. And work became very stressful for me, and I fell off it. And like once I fell off, it was very hard to get back to it. And I like make attempts here and there, 2 weeks here, 3 weeks there, a month here, a week here, 3 days, and I just haven't been able to stick with it. So I wanted to create a channel because for a few different reasons, and I don't want this to be the longest video in the world, so I'll go through a few of the reasons. One reason, holy shit, did you hear that? One reason is that I just struggle with staying on a gluten-free diet. And I felt like if I kind of took my hobby of making videos and doing YouTube stuff and combined it with trying to do better with this gluten-free diet, it may be beneficial. The second reason is I really like to consume, as a consumer, I like to consume a lot of YouTube videos about cooking, about food reviews, about stuff like that. And I didn't really, at least in my browsing of the YouTube or the internet, I didn't really come across a lot of stuff that catered towards gluten-free people. And I'm not saying I didn't at all, but you know, a lot of the YouTubers that I enjoy watching, I would watch like, so like one example is Binging with Babish does like the tier ratings of like foods and stuff, and I'd be watching those videos and they would get to like a gluten-free cookie and they'd be like, oh, this sucks, it sucks. It doesn't, of course it sucks because it's gluten-free, so it's not going to be like a gluten-free chocolate chip cookie is not going to be as good as a regular chocolate chip cookie, but that's not the point. The point is that the people who are buying gluten-free for some type of reason, like celiac, for example, are buying it because they can't eat the regular chocolate chip cookie. So it kind of sucks to like consume content of people you enjoy watching, and then they just kind of like neglect or gloss over, you know, something that is a real issue for you because it's not an issue for them. And I'm not like mad at anybody because there's a lot of people who are like, oh, you can't eat gluten, that's a weakness. Or I think like most people are joking or don't really understand it. And the third thing is that a lot of the channels that I did find that specialized in like gluten-free or celiac, it was kind of like that motherly grandma type of vibe. And I was just like, yeah, it would be cool to make my own videos and like review gluten-free stuff or make gluten-free stuff or talk about, honestly, a lot more than, like, I'm not gonna be coming up with recipes, at least I don't think so, but to just talk about like the struggles of trying to stick to something. Maybe it's easy for some people, I don't know, but it's not easy for me. And that's hence the name of the channel, Missing Gluten, because I'm missing it, but also I need to try and like not eat it because I could tell like when I go through those stretches of avoiding it, the benefits that it has. But listen, I worked at a pizza place for 11 years, so to just go cold turkey on the gluten is not something that's super easy for me. So this channel has been a long time in the making. This channel has been a long time in the making and I've delayed it a lot. But I'm hoping that just making this video and some ideas I have coming up will just make it start rolling downhill instead of uphill. Work's always an issue for me, but I want to do things like that are more productive or enjoyable than just going to work and coming home and being tired. Another thing that's beneficial is I remember the first time I tried to cut out gluten. Um, I forget how I came across the post, but it was on Reddit, and I'm like, I'm buying all this shit that is kind of expensive and it's not good, right? Like when you're trying to buy alternative stuff, you could spend a lot of money on something that's gluten free and then it's not good. And somebody was like, they keep a database of what they buy and how they liked it so that they know not to buy it again. So I'm like, well, why not just do like food reviews or videos if I buy something and give my opinion on it? And I'm gonna be a very harsh critic because you know, I did, I still love gluten, and the replacements are there's some good stuff, but you know, it's just something about that airiness that can't be replaced without it. So again, I'm Greg. I may slip up sometimes and say I'm Greg Tastic because that's my other channel. But here I'm not Greg Tastic. I'm Greg, and I'm missing gluten. And for anybody who watched the intro video, I hope it wasn't too rambling. But I will have some more like focused videos coming soon. Again, I don't even know if anybody's gonna watch this, but I feel like I have OCD and every channel needs an introduction. And so this is my channel's introduction. And I'd imagine that when I start making actual videos, those might be come across or found more quickly than this. But uh, I just wanted to, you know, lay out the mission statement and introduce myself. And thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, all that cool stuff, comment. Yeah, so let me know what your most missed food is in the comments. What food is maybe there's a gluten-free alternative or there's not a gluten-free alternative, but what you miss the most. For me, it's easily pizza because all or most or pretty much all the gluten-free pizza I've had has tasted like a cracker in compared to actual pizza. But guys, thank you for watching. I will be back very shortly with some actual videos on stuff that I want to be doing. I don't know if that sentence made any sense, but get used to it. Thank you.